Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Erin. Um, I'm doing this video. I'm doing another one tonight, and this one is going to be about customer service. Um, as you guys know, I review many things. I review products from stores. I review wax, candles, lotions, all sorts of things. Homemade lotions and stuff like that. I try to promote local vendors and vendors I know from online that I have been working closely with for years. Some I just found out about. Um, One of the things I want to stress to people, and I've worked customer service on and off since I was 14. I am now 37. So that's quite some time. As many of you may know, I myself um, make wax, and like I said, I've worked customer service on and off for a while. And I do, one thing I'm going to say is that to me, you need to put your customers as a high priority. I have dealt with some, and I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going there. Not just online vendors, but vendors even by me, vendors at craft fairs in various towns I visited. That by far, it was kind of a nightmare. Just their customer service. I've gotten wax in the past, and I'm not saying names, and this was probably like 3 years ago or so. From a new vendor, I figured I love supporting, especially new vendors, because you start off somewhere and you're like, help me. You don't know anybody, so you're kind of like making the product, and you don't know if it's going to sell, so it's up in the air. Sorry, I'm playing with one of my bracelets, but um, you're kind of like, what do I do? Um, so I try to support new vendors online, locally, whatever. And this vendor had, I bought her wax. She had a sale. I'm not saying her name. Anyway, so I get it, and I'm not gonna lie, everything was pretty good except for I think 2 or 3 scent shots. And I remember two of the fragrances, and I'm not gonna say them because that might give her away, and she might go, hey, I just don't want to put anyone on the spotlight. And I'm sorry to bring it up, but it's something that really is a good example. So I messaged her that there were two fragrances that were normally strong. There was no scent at all, none whatsoever, nada, not even a whiff of it, not even a very light, faint smell of it, nothing. And she made soy, so I think it was soy. It felt like soy, I don't know. And it was a scent shot. She had it in the right scent shot. Um, things like that. Because a couple of my friends were like, did she have it in the right cups? Did she have it in the right bags? Yes, she had everything down packed. The labeling was gorgeous. Everything was perfect. So I decided I would message her. And everything else was good. There was like 2 scent shots. I remember 3 that there were no scents on. There were literally none. Um, so she knew I made wax. Excuse me. And she had said to me, oh, one of the things she had said to me was, well, maybe you have candle nose. And I thought, you know what, maybe she's right. But wait, I told her, I smell your other scents really, really like strong. I said, so I don't think it's candle nose. And she said, well, it has to be because I've never had any complaints ever. And those are my two biggest sellers. And I'm thinking, what? So something that doesn't smell like anything, that doesn't make any sense. Um, that they're your big sellers. I'm like, I don't know about that. And I didn't say anything. I just went, oh, okay. I wasn't going to sit and argue. And I didn't really feel like dealing with arguing. I'm like, most of them smell great. That I'm going to look at it that way. Well, I'd offered to send them back to her and said, I honestly can't get any. I can't smell anything. I said, maybe if you want, you can maybe figure it out or whatever. And she refused to give me store credit, refused to credit me for those, and I offered to send them back. She said no. She said that those are her big sellers, and she knows for a fact that they had a scent. And I kept telling her, no, they don't. I've had my husband, and then she brought, maybe you're a smoker. I said, I'm an ex-smoker. At the time, it was like a year or two not smoking. So I'm like, just arguing. I could not believe she argued with me. I was like, she's really going to debate me on this? Like, what the hell? So I figured, you know what? I'm not going to argue. I'm going to count that as a loss. And you know what? I'm just not going to order from her again. And I never did, because to me, customers, I get it. I know people go, oh, customers aren't always right. Right, I get that. But in a way, you need to treat them like they are. If a customer is not satisfied and you're a vendor, you have your own business, or you're working for, you're a manager, you represent the company. You are your company. So if you're going to be nasty to your customers will not come back. They will go elsewhere, especially if you tell them that you're basically calling them liars. You're saying, well, nobody else complains, and maybe that's true. But think about it. Honestly, the way she reacted to me, I mean, I personally wouldn't even, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But then I'm like, I wanted to help her. So, and she says, that's so weird. Nobody, and I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure they had the same problem as me, but the way you're reacting, maybe they were afraid to say anything, and people really don't like confrontation. I've ran into it in life, I've ran into it on YouTube, I've run into it on Facebook. People just rather just bite their tongue and just walk away. And I get it. Sometimes that's just the easiest. You're like, you know what, I'm not going to sit and argue with you. Whatever. I'm going to agree to disagree. I don't do that. I mean, once in a blue moon, you'll see me do it, because I'm like, I've tried. I'm not going to sit and argue. But no, you don't. That is a big no-no. You don't tell a customer that's funny. Nobody else complains. You just say, hey, what can I do to help you? Do you want a refund? Do you want store credit? Yeah, maybe store credit I wouldn't have taken, because I really am not going to order from this vendor, and I never will again. Um, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to her. And again, I'm not saying names. Now, so that's one form of it. Calling them liars and just dismissing their feelings on it. I mean, I felt like she was calling me a liar. I think she was indirectly calling me a liar. Maybe she didn't see it that way. Maybe she saw it as I'm giving her criticism. But that's something you don't do. You don't sit there and you don't argue with customers and say, well, you're wrong, and I know for a fact. Okay, you could say, well, this is the first time I've heard anything on this scent, but what would you like me to do? Would you want a refund of $3 or whatever? Or do you want what do you want me to do? I personally would have just asked for a refund. I know $2 people are like, or $4 people are like, come on. But that's, money adds up. And she didn't offer any, and I just decided, instead of, filing claims or whatever, I'm just going to make a video and use it as an example. I'm not saying names. Now, another big issue I have seen, and I'm sure a lot of you ladies are going to go, I know what she's talking about. Recently, there was a vendor, and I'm not saying names, that decided she was going to go MIA. Customers had outstanding orders. A few of them were, I give them credit and applaud them. They were really believing they're going to get their packages. They said they don't care, they're going to wait. And come to find out, this vendor decided to remove people that were asking about their product, and just caused a huge chaos thing last night. Went into people's groups that they were admins of, removing hundreds of people. I mean, yeah, it sounds a little bit like drama, but you know what? Those customers who ordered from this vendor are out money. And even to me, if it's $5, $10, $2, or free fries, and nothing's free in this world, so they obviously had to pay for something in order to get that prize. They didn't just get poof, you get a prize. And the way I work is, if you promise a customer, hey, I'm going to send you a free scent shot for your inconvenience, or $10 off your next order, or $5 store credit. Um, Fulfill it. Don't say, I'm going to get it to you, and then don't show up. So those are my main issues. Um, and keep in mind, people, that when you do this to customers, you're not going to get them back. Eventually, you're going to eventually go, hey, I want to come back and start selling wax or whatever it is, soap, wax, whatever. And it's not going to work. People are going to go, wait a second, that's the girl who did this, who did that, who, whatever. But sorry, guys, I am really tired. I had to get up super early the last week and for work, and my kids' first day of school, and just constantly on the go, last minute. So this week I am wiped out. Um, but yeah, guys, I just please, if you're going to open your own business or get a job in customer service field, this is one logo that when I worked at Walmart and when I've worked Walgreens, several other jobs I've had growing up, one thing is that all of them have is customers are always right, which we know. I get it. Sometimes you're like, well, they're not. Touche. I get it. Believe me, I get it. But you have to have that mentality and you have to listen to your customers. You can't tell them how they're feeling. You can't tell them, oh, well, that's not what's happening. No, you need to know that your customers are always right. And I get it. I get it. I totally get it. You're like, no, they're not. That is BS. Aaron, you're crazy. That's fine. Call me crazy all you want, but it's the truth, and that's what employees teach. So, if you want to work customer service, this is something you're basically agreeing upon. And if not, then don't open your own business and don't work customer service. Then just find another trade to be in or a profession. Pretty much the same thing. But sorry, it's really late, guys. It's like 11 o'clock, and I've been up since like 5, so I'm ready for bed. But I wanted to make these videos first and um, make sure that they're posted up so you guys can watch. But yeah, guys, with customer service, just try to be nice to your customers. If there's a customer you don't like, then don't sell to them, or have somebody else take the order if you're working at Walmart. If you can, there's times where you look up and it's like your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend or ex-teacher that you didn't like or whatever, step-parent, whatever, in-laws. So, but that's that. Oh, and real quick, this video, I'm going to do this at the end. I'm going to probably review this later, but this is also a last minute throw review. I've never seen these in the store. Sorry, I had to smell it until now. But look what I found at Walmart. These are called Scent Burst. And this scent is mahogany and sandalwood. I'm going to open it up and see, ouch, what it is. This is very strong. These look kind of like pellets. Man. Little tiny pellets. Goes back. It's got a resealable. This is about almost $3. Okay, it says Better Homes. Okay, warmer refills made of natural recyclable paper infused with pure fragrance, and it can be used with electronic wax warmer with a patented delivery system. Scent bursts provide quick, long-lasting, higher-quality fragrance that maintain more consistent scent strength over time. So it's just telling you, it says, okay, the instructions is pour a third of a packet into electric warmer, turn the unit on, and enjoy. To refresh or change the scent, toss it in the trash or recycling bin and refill with new warmer, stays clean, free of residue. So these look like they're a new thing now, guys. These are called Scent Bursts. So I don't know. I'm going to test these out. I got mahogany and sandalwood, and I've been in, like I said, an earthy, fruity. You know, I'm kind of into every scent now, but this sounded really good, and my husband loves sandalwood. So I'm probably going to melt this probably in my room here, meaning my room, or I might melt it tomorrow. Probably tomorrow because I'm going to go to bed here in a little bit, but just wanted to share this with you guys. I found this at Walmart. It was in the wax warmer section. So I just wanted to share that with you. Oh, and also I got some cream from a local vendor. I'll probably do a review on her stuff. Um, Luxury body cream, honey and oatmeal. So it smells splendid. I will review that in another video though. I will also check back with you guys on this, and I might just do a video just on these. But yeah, these are like little pellets, and they're found at Walmart. It's very strong. So we'll see how it goes. But anyways, guys, that's my video on customer service mainly. So just remember, I know, anyone, if this is your first job or your first time opening a business, just remember, don't argue with the customer. Don't say, well, nobody else has complained. Maybe you're right. Maybe nobody else has complained. Or maybe you're just saying that to kind of, you're like, oh, shit, I messed up. Maybe I should just tell them I don't hear these complaints ever. Maybe they're going to screenshot. You got to remember, people will screenshot everything. Record, whatever. People will do that. And, I see people in public pulling out their phones and recording when somebody gets in an argument. When something goes wrong, when somebody at the store, you're walking around Walmart. I've seen people with their phones out. So no matter what, people are going to catch you acting a fool. And that's why just don't even bother. Just, if a customer's pissing you off, you just nod your head and smile and go, I'm sorry that happened. What can I do to make you feel better? Maybe you don't have to say it in those words. Whether this is your first job, honestly, if it's your first job, don't even argue because you will lose your job. If it's a job, but if it's like online, just don't even argue because it takes one person to go out there and tell somebody, and then it's like the game of telephone. Yeah, it may be skewed by the time it gets to these other customers, but please just think of yourselves and understand that don't sit there and don't act like, oh, I never had complaints. Maybe you haven't, but maybe nobody wants to say anything because you're flipping out. So kind of think of that. So kind of like how you would be talked to if you were like, hey, this isn't right here. I don't like the way this is burning. I don't like the way that this smells, or, oh, this has no glitter. This has too much glitter. And also for the customers, I want to say to you guys, don't be afraid to say anything. You shouldn't be. If you are a customer, a paying customer, and you spent your hard-working money on this or whatever, then you have more than every right to state how you feel. And don't ever let someone tell you, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, and giving you an attitude, because you're a paying customer. You are a paying customer. You don't need to be treated that way. And vendors, just like I said, please just try to be nice. Just think, what if they're having a bad day and maybe they're lashing out at you, which does not excuse it. I'm not saying that they have every right to lash out at you. Believe me, I've worked a ton of jobs, and I've had customers call me everything under the sun. And one lady had said to me at one point, I'm sorry, I'm having a bad day. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just remember, we're all human. Humans make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. And that's just how it is. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, but that's just life. But don't be nasty to customers. And customers, try to be a little understanding too. At times, I'm not saying you guys are bad, but if just kind of say it nicely. Don't call them names. There's no need to name call. And it's kind of sad I have to make a video like this, but it's sad just the way things are these days. But just treat others how you want to be treated, guys. And just remember, if you were the customer, how would you feel if someone came to you with a product they weren't happy about and you were told, you don't know what you're talking about, you're a liar, basically. In so many words, when that person did that to me, I felt like I was called a liar. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating, to some people, they're probably like, what the hell, Aaron? But then there's some people that are like, wait a minute, that's messed up that happened to her. What the hell? You know? So just please, just make a note of this. I'm going to go to bed here. I'll make more videos over the weekend. I'm going to try to make a couple tomorrow. I have a couple more wax reviews to do. But yeah, guys, anyways, have a good night. Ciao. Sweet dreams. And I will be making a video tomorrow, hopefully. If not, Sunday or Sunday night. All right, guys? Take care.